Hello everybody, this is Indu Das. So today we are going to look into a fridge problem. It's a GE refrigerator. This is the model number somewhere here. And as you can see, this is hardly a 3-year-old fridge. We bought it in July 2019 from Lowe's, and all of a sudden what we are noticing here is that the freezer compartment, the bottom freezer compartment works just fine. The upper compartment is not cool, and when we look closely, then we are finding that there are lots of ice getting built up. A lot of I scrapped quite a lot here, but there is still some more. And if you look further, this is all full of ice. There are two more here, and we'll probably have a few here too. There are actually 3 more here, and then I will unplug from the wall. Alright, all of them removed. This one, this one, this one, and these two. The 3 white ones are for the wall, and these 2 ones are for the side. Let me go ahead and unplug it from the wall now. Alright, so what I realized was that pulling this out from the wall was too difficult, so I ended up just going and taking the main breaker panel off. So I did that, and now I'm going to work off this just like that. A little connection here, I think we can have to disconnect it from here too, like that, right? So this should unplug like this. So this one also comes out. So as you can see, these two are, I'll have to take this block out also, otherwise you'll not be able to get to this, and this has to come off, because only when this comes off we'll be able to get to the evaporator part, which is in the back. So I see there are a bunch of screws here, so I'm just going to unscrew them, and this should come off. So there's one that is here, same size, 1 by 4 inch. So once you screw that you'll just have to slide it like this, and then this whole thing comes off. And this one also just comes off just like this. So now we have access to this area, and this area should show us the evaporator. Screw over here, again same size, which was covered with this ice, and that's why I'm not able to see it. So unscrew this too, and you have to see if you might have to pry it open a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, this whole thing is completely iced up, so we have to keep prying this up a little bit, and after prying, this one comes off just like that, and that you can see there's so much ice built up everywhere. Yes, we have to be very careful, because there is a chance that if you're not careful, this might break. And here we are observing there is another screw here that we have to, I should say nut, this is not a screw. And once this one comes off, then I think the bottom thing should come off, which is covering the evaporator. Then we are going to unplug it from here. So now our fan motor is unplugged. Alright, so what we have to do it is, this whole area was completely iced, so we had to unice it using one of the steam cleaner and all, and it was still a little bit high, so I had to wiggle it a little bit, and then we do like this, and as you can see, this is the evaporator we completely iced in, and this is the fan motor that we're going to replace. So we're going to leave it like this so that it de-ices by itself while you go ahead and replace the fan motor. Alright, so what I ended up doing finally is that this is the G appliance, original G appliance that I ordered for Amazon, and it was like $40. So this is the one that I'm going to use, because why not to go with the original one if it is only $20 more. And then as you can see, this one, there's a bunch of screws here, just these two, so this should come off very easily, and the new one should go and sit at exactly the same place easily. Looks like this is not a screw after all, this is just a rubber grommet, so it should just come off just like this here, and then the cable comes off, and then just have to pull it out. That's it. So this is the old one and this is the new one. As you can see, same brand. This one is also made in Vietnam. The new one is also made in Vietnam. So we're going to use the rubber padding from here, and then we'll put this on the new one, and then going to insert the new one on the system back. So this just comes off, the rubber padding. The rubber padding is off. We're going to do exactly the same thing here. Going to insert, and then going to pull from the other side. Just keep pulling it like this, careful not to break it. Yep. That's it, and that's it. Just seat it properly, just pull it. Alright, now we are ready to mount this back, but before that I see there is still a lot of ice formed here, and so we are going to remove even this foam thing so that we have better access to the area and we can melt all this ice. Oops, this is stuck here. You can see how much ice is formed, so we're going to melt this ice. Alright, this is how the evaporator looks once the whole ice has been defrosted. As you can see, this is just the cabling here. This whole thing was completely full of ice. So I let the fan running for a couple of hours, and after then whatever was a little water was left, I sponged it out. So now this looks completely free of ice. Now we're going to put everything back on. We're going to put the thing back. First the foam. Try to put it back exactly as it was. That's all it was there. And now the cover for the evaporator and the fan. Alright, so we just press it down like this. You have to align, make sure that the holes are aligned. Then we are going to screw this down. This stays outside, so we have to keep that in mind. Then you want to screw over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and this is after all the nuts back in. Now we're going to connect the connector. They should go in only one direction. Going to put the cover back in. And this is after putting these two rail cover for the shelf back in. Again, remember there's a notch here, it goes inside the notch, and after that there's a tiny little screw on this side. Similarly, there's a notch here, it has to slide in the notch first. After that there's a tiny little screw here.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, so here we are going to connect these two wiring harness. Very carefully, it goes only in one direction. And it should click. And then aligning all the cells back. and that's it. And then we have to screw here, this place and this place.
Hand.
All right, so that's it. We're just going to switch the power on and see if it makes a difference. All right, so we can hear the fan running or compressor running. Fan would take its own time to come, but we'll have to give it a few hours to see if it made a difference. All right, so this is after 24 hours of changing the evaporator fan, motor fan. I see that there is no ice built up here. Everything looks sparkling clean, and I put a glass of water here just to see whether this is really cold or not, and this is very, very cold, ice cold. And also we are noticing that this side, where earlier there was no air coming out, there is coming out. So fan is definitely working, and it may be that was the root cause. I'm still thinking that there may be a thermistor change required or temperature sensor required for the evaporator, but at least the current observation says that this has fixed the problem. I'll update you guys if anything else is required. Thank you.